Senior-level Ukrainian officers have been studying in the U.S. state of Kansas, thousands of miles from Russia's invasion and the battlefields of Donbas. Outside the Fort Leavenworth Army Base, wheat fields are starting to turn. Wide, open prairie land, with softly rolling hills, stretches for miles, and the sky is huge. This quintessentially Kansas landscape has become the backdrop for generations of international soldiers, who head to the U.S. base to receive strategic training. Ukraine's Deputy Interior Minister, Anton Horoshenko, has remarked on its similarities to the landscape of Donbas, in the country's heavily contested east. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby says the same, that part of Ukraine is a bit like Kansas, so it's a little bit flatter, it's a little bit more open, he told media during a press briefing. Fort Leavenworth has proved to be a valuable training ground for dozens of Ukrainian soldiers over the past several decades, who spend a year studying at the base's U.S. Army Command and General Staff College. Today, experts say, the knowledge they gain there is helping Ukrainians mount a fierce defense of their country, in part because of the contrast between the flexibility of American military coursework and the rigid Soviet-style education given to Russian soldiers. Inside classrooms, chairs are arranged neatly, and look like the kind one would find on campuses across the country, but unlike elsewhere, an electronic sign, a secure light, can sometimes be seen blinking. It is marked in bold letters, secure and non-secure. When information is classified, a light blinks on, with a red background, reminding people that the information can be shared only with those who have clearance. As of today, more than 8,000 international officers have trained at the base in Kansas, including some of Ukraine's top generals. They include Alexei Nozdryov, the Ukrainian Armed Forces Chief of Coordination Center in Kyiv, and Mihailo Vitlyovich Zabrudsky, a military commander who has fought in Donbas. For Ukrainian students at Leavenworth, lessons are being put into practice back home. A Ukrainian student, a lieutenant colonel, left during the spring semester to join the war. He's in the fight, said Jim Fain, the director of the International Military Student Division at the college. He's actually been promoted. Ukraine faces a war today in which its defense is outnumbered and outgunned. Russian forces are said to be 10 times larger in cities in the Donbas, where heavy fighting continues for control of the region. But the Ukrainians' advantage is that they can think independently on the battlefield, according to Matt Hoffman, a graduate of the Leavenworth program who worked with Ukrainian officers in Afghanistan. The Russians are still trying to fight a linear battle with tanks on line, and sticking very much to their doctrine, he said. They can't handle the chaos that the Ukrainians are sending out.